Today we're talking about getting into a washing machine where the unit is on, or there's been some sort of error to where you simply cannot open the door no matter what you try. Well, we could try this way, or we could try another way, because there are a few tricks you can do to get this open rather than this crowbar. So let's go over 2 or 3 different ways that you can get a front load washing machine opened on the door, and then we'll talk about top loaders as well after that. So let's go. Now, before we get into any advanced problems, always try to press and hold the pause button, the cancel button, or any other buttons that could deal with starting and stopping and pausing the machines. Some models of washing machines may have delayed or emergency functions that are available that will unlock the door potentially after 5, 7, or 10 seconds. Next, if that fails, unplug the washing machine, wait 30 seconds, then plug it back in and try the exact same steps again. Now, if none of that works, let's try some more advanced things. First, make sure that you can move your washing machine to access the rear of the unit to take the top of the washing machine off. In the case of this Maytag washing machine, there are 3 screws that we need to remove to get the top of the washing machine off. Some manufacturers could use 2 screws or 4 screws of various types, so your specific situation could vary. Some machines don't even have screws in the rear, such as newer GE front-load washing machines. They actually have them in the front of the machine, in the soap dispenser, or even a screw behind the knob, so again, your version may vary slightly. But at any rate, you want to take the top cover off. When you have the proper screws removed, you want to slide the cover to the rear and then away from the washing machine, exposing the top of the washer. Next, let's scan the top of the washing machine and then underneath in the drum to find out whatever access there is to the front of the washing machine from the inside. Then locate whichever side of the machine has the door lock. Usually this is on the left-hand side looking from the inside. With the lock located, there's a good likelihood that there's a tab or trigger located somewhere on the mechanism that if pulled or pressed will let you open the door in an emergency. In the case of this Maytag, it's really easy to see that this plastic white piece is what we are looking for. But again, every type of washing machine is going to look different, such as this LG that we're seeing, and its configuration is different. Note that every brand is a little bit different from one another. Whirlpool and Samsung use similar ones, and here are a few different models on the screen. Unfortunately, I don't have everyone here to show you, but you should be able to spot an area that if pressed or slid will remove the catch to release the lock. From here, you just need to find a way to reach in and pull the mechanism to unlock the door. Again, how you do this is going to vary. You may need to use a hooked tool to unlock it. I had a spare suspension rod that I could have used to hook the lock, but you can use your imagination and I'm sure you can figure out some method to unlock your specific machine. On this style machine, when I pulled the tab, I could hear the click and the door was easily opened. But one thing to consider when you're doing this is that if your washing machine has a lot of water in it, it could flood the floor when you open the door, and it's best to deal with this before you finally open the door and the lock. On some washing machines, there could be a panel in the bottom corner that once accessed will let you safely drain your water via a small rubber tube or pump housing screw that will let you drain the water, and this can save you from a messy floor. If you don't have that on your machine, you can always put the drain hose on or near the floor level into a bucket, and oftentimes gravity can help you drain the water as well, and I hope that this little trick helps you out. Before we leave the front load segment of this video, there are 2 or 3 other ways that you can trigger the door, but it's unlikely on newer machines, I think. Some older style of units have physical lever activated doors. You may be able to use a very thinly bladed putty knife to trigger the door lock to open. You would start from the bottom and press up to trigger it. In a pinch, you could use a useless plastic credit card that would work as well in lieu of a putty knife. I tried to use this on the machines that we had at our store, but the reality is I couldn't find any that this would work on, so if your unit's maybe about 13 to 15 years old, this could work, but the other solutions may in fact be better. But now let's go to top-load washing machines just for a minute or two. You will need to do the same things here, and it works generally the same. How you do it, though, is going to vary far more heavily based on your model. On most models in general, you're either going to have to loosen up screws at the rear of the machine that will allow the top to be removed. Generally, you'll slide the top forward and then up to remove it. Other models could require you to use a putty knife under the front lip of the washing machine and then pull up. But again, this is going to vary heavily from model to model, and you want to look for lid lock replacement videos to show you how to access this on different top-load washing machines, usually they're going to tell you how to pivot this lid up and away. But in general, most top-load washing machines have a top that will pivot up and away from the unit that will keep the top of the unit with the washer lid intact. This will allow you, once you pivot the lid up and away, to directly access your clothing inside. It's also going to let you find that defective washer lid switch and deal with it however you need to solve it, whatever may have caused the problem in the first place, if you need to replace it or recalibrate the machine. Hopefully all of these ideas help you to unlock your washer door and get your clothes out. Remember though that you can't bypass the lock on most modern washing machines, so don't try to use these tricks to rewire the lid lock. Chances are that if you try to do that, it's going to destroy the control board in your washing machine, giving you a very expensive mess to clean up. At any rate, I hope that this helps you with your washing machine to get your clothes out in an emergency. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content. Thank you.